Hello, everybody. We're just 16, so we're still waiting for Brymo to come back. So I think we'll just maintain silence until Brymo's here. Okay, I'm going to unmute the mics. So if you do want to say anything, please put up your hand and then we'll be able to take it one by one. Thank you. I'm unmuting everybody's mic. If you're not saying anything, please mute your mic.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. If you're not saying anything, please just mute your mic.
Mute everybody. Huh? Sorry, I'm
Ọláwálé, okay, you're back. Galaxy S8, could you turn off your video, please? Okay, if we're not really doing videos. We're not doing videos. We're not doing videos. Yeah. Thanks. Just want to look at Brymo. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Galaxy S8, can you mute your video? Yeah, go ahead, please. So Brymo is back, and then if you want to raise your hands, if you want to make it, say something, just raise your hand and unmute your mic, and we'll take it like that. Okay. Brymo, somebody asked if you're driving at the time, and I said no, but you were stationary. But it looks like you're driving now.
Oh no, I'm not driving. I'm sitting. I'm on the passenger side.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think there are 25 of us now. If anybody would like to ask Brymo any questions from what they've heard, please raise your hand and I'll cue you in. Okay, Zanak, thank you. Go ahead, please, go ahead.
Hi, Brymo. Calling in from Jos. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. I just wanted to make a comment, not necessarily a question. So about your music, especially the songs in Yoruba. I don't understand Yoruba, but it's the transcendence of it all. So it's not only in the lyrics sometimes, it's also in the melody, like you said, of the music, how the music is woven. We're able to relate and it's able to regardless of language. So I just wanted to make that comment. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it.
Okay. All right. I do. I have Omotayo Onaya.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, Brymo.
Hi.
Good morning. Okay.
Good morning.
I just wanted to first say that I've enjoyed this conversations about music, about history, about how music can help resolve conflicts. Oh. And I kind of had an epiphanic moment when I got to know that your son's name is Ọláwálé. So the whole song just made sense, made more sense. The Ọláwálé song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just
Yeah, if you're not speaking, please mute your mic so that we can hear. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello.
Okay, I have to mute everybody. And now, please, we're just going to take.
Hello. Am I back?
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So to the question, lately I've followed you, Brymo, and your tweets, your music, and one thing I realized is you are obsessed about freedom. It's like freedom guides the way you write your lyrics and the way you produce, the way you release your music. So I wanted to know, like, what brought you to that state? So from The Son of a Carpenter, it seems to be an album you don't rate much because it seems like you had to give people what they wanted, not really what you wanted. But from Tabula Rasa, Osho, Yellow, it seems Clitoris. Thank you. It seems that was when you started giving what you wanted to give. So I wanted to know if this had a kind of connection with the record label you were, or what really happened? What shaped your thoughts? What shapes your thoughts? Thank you.
Okay. Brymo, go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Okay. Yeah. So I would like to say that from the very get-go, from the beginning, I wanted to write freely. I wanted to have creative control of my work, but I didn't have enough experience as a young boy. So I would just make up stories, make up love stories, make up situational stories. I hadn't gone through any real experiences of my own, and except for living with my parents and being taken care of by them. So coming out of Okoko Michael, it's to the heart of the city, and getting signed, making exploits, sort of opened me up to an opportunity to be more expressive. And then when it became tough to enjoy that expression, which I then just found, I had to fight for it. I had to fight for the right to use my experiences to be able to say them, to be able to share them on songs. So yes, I think you're right. There is freedom, the desire to express freely, to live freely at the bane of everything I do. And yes, no doubt about it. Freedom drives me. Freedom is the only guarantee for everything else. Freedom is the only guarantee for wealth. Freedom is the only guarantee for anything. And like I said many times, you are not necessarily completely free. But as one gets older, it becomes imperative. It becomes very, very important for me to take back the beat of my freedom. Whatever used to put me in shackles before should not be able to do it again. I need to be able to move past that and deal with new challenges and be free of them and find new ones and be free of them. I think that's how life is meant to be, you know, to be shackled and unshackled and over and over and over and over again. Because freedom, like I also said before, is a kind of prison. As soon as you find something that makes you liberated, that makes you feel liberated, it doesn't take long. It starts to become what's holding you down and holding you back. And then you then have to go through it again and see it again and check again and see out what's important and what is not, and let go of what's holding you down and keep holding on to what's good for you. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on to the end of time.
Thanks for that, Brymo. Thanks. We've got Oladele.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So Oladele, please go ahead. I've unmuted your mic.
Ọláwálé.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you very much for the input. I deal with a certain part of creativity, which is maybe a bit. It has more to do with the essence of music itself, not the product, not the actual product of what is done, but the essence of producing music, which, like you mentioned briefly earlier, the use of this, you know. And for me personally, music is still evolving, you know. It's not a complete, it's like any form of the arts, you know. So it permits people to come up with different things, different styles. So music cannot be complete. The notes might be, but the way you play the notes are endless. Therefore, the essence of music, maybe we start from why, you know? So most of it can be related to hardship, pain, working on the plantation, trying to get things together. It was a rhythm to mobilize, to get things done. And then the clapping, all that. That's the birth of music, you know? And the body was the instrument, either clapping, stamping, singing, all that. Now, I still believe in our culture, which is so diverse in every way you can talk. So you cannot really emphasize really a general style for our own culture. We've had things that have come and go. High life music, for example. What the hell happened to that? That was supposed to be a tag, something that brought our kind of culture, our kind of rhythm to development, and it ceased, arrested, like any kind of development we have. Now we have all this Afrobeat, a little bit influenced by technology and the availability of material rather than creativity. Don't get me wrong, some of the songs are nice, you know, but when I look again, when we talk about essence of music, you know, how it can affect people. When you travel, you're at the airport, and somehow they play this nonsense, melancholic music, makes you afraid to get into the airplane, you know? So those kind of things of the power of music. If you're about to board a plane and the rhythm is not good, it's a little bit sad, slow, it affects everything. For me, that's the power of music. How it can just take you from one state to another. To dance, to be happy, that's one little part of what music is supposed to be. So I will ask somebody like you already facing the questions already. First you start with your name. I love that. From Brymo to Ibrahim, to Brymo, to how you spell it, to how, I love that. That's a first intervention. It's like you're playing the notes already, even with your name. Now, I will think that with what we have as a culture, arrested culture, I was talking about that with some of my colleagues, that whatever happened to just Ewi, the songs you sing, for that's amazing, you know, without any instruments, just the voice and all that. I would love that. We really revisit those aspects of music. If you're going to talk about music, we have to always go to the fundamental essence. What should it do? Should it be something to people when they hear it? Should it register? Should they just enjoy themselves? Should they forget about their worries? And then the second part is this notion of freedom. I think when you talk about freedom, there are two things to that. We have to define two things. Free of what? Or free from what? Those are the two things. If you don't identify what you want to be free of or free from, there is no freedom. So I don't know if the material of music can assist in that. I know it can help to suppress, it can help to project, it can help to propel. I use music a lot in my work, and the way it transcends my mood. You know, a lot of experimental musicians out there, they don't think commercial, they just think to the essence. So I think you have these qualities also to visit this, you know, these issues within how you work, you see?
All right, Dele, thanks for that. I'll give Brymo a chance to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I comment on that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I like to do is, like he just rightly said, what is freedom? What is freedom? If you cannot identify what you need to be free of or free from, and that is totally correct, and that's always the point. Why it's always an ongoing process. As soon as you think you're free of something, there's always something new to analyze, to check, to know what's shackling you. Yeah, there's always something new. Like we're never truly free, which is why I said as I get older, I just take back bits and pieces of my freedom, what I can take, what I can identify, and then I take it back, and slowly I get this feeling of liberation, which I always tend to still lose after a few minutes, and then I start looking for it again. And then, but it's fun. It's fun for me because there's nothing better to dedicate my time to than just keep losing it and finding it, as opposed to hurting other people, as opposed to taking from other people and then taking from me, and we're hurting each other. Instead, I just identify the state of mind, the state of being, the demeanor that holds me back, and then I drop it. And then when I talk about freedom, I'm actually not interested in people much. I'm interested in my own state of mind, to be free of my own thought process that are holding me back, and then identify new ones, and then be free of them, and just keep it going and keep it going. And then with the music, I constantly try to balance the essence with the commerciality. Because if I cannot put food on my table, I will have to go home, and then I will be a failed artist. And then if I make it about the money all the time, I will probably burn out with my creativity. I'll burn out with my creativity, and and so I'm always trying to strike a balance to make sure that I'm in between.
Hello, Brymo. We seem to have a bit of a technical issue here.
I hope I'm.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Thanks for that. I've got Solomon Dari. Dari, could you what would you like to ask? Dari, you can. You can. Solomon Dari there? I can't hear him. Okay, if Solomon's not there, can we hear from Ade the Smooth Talker? Okay, Solomon, you're there.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Solomon,
Hello.
Solomon, I'm sorry. You have to pass on you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Solomon, can we hear you? Solomon? No. Okay. All right, can we take Ade the Smooth Talker, please? Ade, go ahead, please. Ade the Smooth Talker.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Ade.
All right, Brymo, my question is, you see, in the Nigerian music industry today, in the Nigerian music industry, you know, majority of the people see musicians as superstars, mega rich superstars. But in the real sense of it, we know that the Nigerian music industry doesn't reward artists as it should be. I mean, there is no structure. You understand? Also, so my question for Brymo is, what is that future that you foresee? What are the kind of structures that you think should be put in place so that intellectual property can be properly rewarded, so that even an artist from a local suburb that has a fan base of like 1,000 or 500 people can actually live fine off his music? So what do you think can be put in place? What are the structure? What are the requisite systems, structures that can be put in place in order to make sure that musicians reap enough reward of their music? So that's my question, basically.
Okay.
I think first of all, we need an executive order. We need a president to come on TV and tell everybody that piracy is punishable by law. First of all, we need to get serious. Most importantly, we need technology. Fortunately for us, we don't have to print CDs anymore. We don't necessarily have to print vinyls to reach a larger audience. Now we have the internet, the digital market, to reach a larger audience. And even with the CD market, if we are really serious about piracy, we have to still start from there, because a lot of CDs are still being sold in the street, they are still being sold in traffic. Most importantly, I am beginning to think that I will have to get involved and get into the business of starting a local digital platform myself that can actually stream Nigerian music to Nigerians and the rest of Africa and even to the world. And we need archives. We need to also keep data of music, especially ours. We need to keep data of our music. This is not about money. This is about data. 20 years from now, if we don't watch it, all of our music will be selling on digital platforms elsewhere, and there will be no local platform where you sell music. And because as it is, some of the local platforms are backing up because they're not getting rewards. The business is not as big as the fame in the music. So the local platform like Spinless, I don't know how they've been doing lately. I don't know how they've been faring lately. I've not been hearing much of Spinless. And if that continues, a decade from now, or maybe even less or more, we will have a situation where all our music is being sold elsewhere, and we don't have any access to our music locally except free downloads. And then we will say that some people came and stole our music, and that would not make any sense. So I'm beginning to think we have to enforce anti-piracy laws. We have to strengthen the agencies that will help to make sure that these things work. And we need a local platform, a local digital streaming platform and download platform that charges for music. I make sure people pay for what they need to do. Fuji musicians, highlight musicians, Konto musicians, Galala musicians, everybody should be cashing out. People should pay for the music they use, period. If Nigerians love Nigerian music so much, then they should pay for it every single time they use it. Piracy should be shut down totally and completely. I believe if anti-piracy laws are strengthened today, the business will automatically take off. People like Koku, people like important people that I know will put their money down and they will invest in this thing. But first of all, we have to first of all take piracy out of it for starters. And then there is so much more to do afterwards.
Okay, that's very interesting, Brymo. Okay, thank you very much. Hamid, Hamid has got his hand up next, and Hamid, could you please go ahead and ask Brymo your question? Hamid, you can unmute your mic. Yeah.
Morning, Brymo.
Go ahead, Hamid. You can.
Yeah, I just want to chip in a little thing. Growing up, the kind of music I do listen to are these old songs being played by my dad. I remember in those days, all this Aruna Ishola, Yusuf Olatuji, Barista. And also I myself, I discovered Beautiful Nobe. And so I find it very, very interesting. The first time I listened to your song, I was like, wow. So I find it very, very interesting when I saw somebody of your age, promoting your own kind of music in your own kind of way. And the kind of culture you put in, the hearts and everything, I was like, wow. So it makes me very, very, it makes me very happy seeing, somebody of your age promoting your own kind of brand in your own kind of way. And forget about how that maybe they are not even following you, but I know that one day people will surely get to know what you are preaching. So just keep up the good work, and I'm very sure that I won't say the sky will be your starting point, because right now you are going places. I'm very sure. Thank you very much, Brymo, and I enjoy your music, your heart, everything about you. My regards to Anjorin and your Laiwaju.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Hamid, for that. I'm going to give Malik a chance. Malik, please go ahead.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Brymo.o. I'm an analyst and an experienced designer, and I must confess, put together a whole lot of great works out there. But let's quickly go to your recent rants on Twitter. Initially, I looked at it like, wow, okay, yeah, we're trying to get more people from the mainstream to listen to our kind of song. I just want to know if that's some form of strategy to get more attention and get people to your side. I mean, it's just an observation because I feel it's robbing of good in the first instance. But right now, I'm feeling like it could be given a wrong impression in regards to talking about other people's favor and all that. So I want to know if it's a business strategy. I'm calling it business strategy because I'm a business analyst. At times some of these things are planned. I want you to separate that for me because I'm also more concerned about the business side of things. It's about time we take your kind of songs to the mainstream where people would pay more for, which it's what you've talked about largely. We want people to get to know what you do more, but I want to know if that's the path we've chosen to go, if we can look at it from a different perspective. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Malik, for that. Thanks. Okay, so.
Yeah. Naturally, I want more people to tune in to what I'm doing. So my latest rant and opinions on Twitter, they cut across all board. They're for business, first of all, but they're also for politics. And for those who pay close attention to how the music business runs, the mainstream consistently and constantly uses the alternative as an example of how it's not supposed to be done. As an example of if you do it that way, you will suffer. Nobody will buy your music, and it's not necessarily true. And so, once in a while, as a tools of politics, I also need to pull out some facts, some simple facts, because I was also in the mainstream for many years, and I did business there. So every time the mainstream tries to point at the alternative as starting forward, it's necessary for someone to stand up for the alternative. And sometimes I try to do that by pointing at some political facts of how the business is done and other things. But yes, you are very, very, very right. It's strictly for business before politics. Getting more people to tune in to listen will get them to see how much more cohesive, how much more together, and how the sound is on this side, So I must confess that yes, the first thing I'm doing is to get more people to listen. The use of words, the choices of lyrics on this new album, and everything I did was to make sure that more mainstream people tune into what we're doing. No doubt about that.
Oh, great! That's good to know. It's soothing, and I think it's a very good strategy. But we just need to balance it, because some people probably are not on that side of mental growth. They may misunderstand what you're trying to preach. But all in all, yeah, you're a great guy, and I really appreciate what you're doing for us. So,
thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Maddie, for that. Thanks a lot, Maddie, for bringing that up, because that's pretty typical. Okay, I'm going to take a comment from Solomon Dari. Solomon, let's unmute you now. Actually, Brymo, it is your own microphone that's making all the background noise, so I have to mute you when the other people are talking. But yeah, okay, you muted yourself. Great. Okay. Go ahead, Malik. Is it Malik now? No, Solomon Dari. Solomon, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you. Brymo, good morning.
Yeah, he can hear you. He can hear you. Just go ahead.
And I must first of all say happy birthday to you. You share the same birthday with my sister. I'm a huge fan, a video editor, a content creator, and then I must say I really enjoy your music. Like, but you've been a great inspiration to me, and honestly, I'm grateful. I just want to say I really enjoy your music. Like, since I noticed the time was 12 a.m. Like, I've been listening to your song, and then I remembered it was your birthday, so your playlist have been on a replay all through today, and I must say you should just keep on your style of writing. Like, I know you're really intelligent to write in that style, and it's something I really admire about you. Like, just keep up the good work, and I'm grateful for all you've done, and thanks. Yeah, you have it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I did the sleep.
Yeah.
I asked one question. Can we allow someone? No. Can we allow Temiolua to say something? Please, Temiolua, go ahead. Please say something.
Hi, Brymo. Happy birthday. My name is Temiolua.
Hi, Temiolua.
I was really sick. Can you hear me?
Yes, everybody can hear you loud.
I can hear you.
Okay. I must say you're really doing a great job, and you've been a great mentor to me. Everybody around me knows that, because your style of music is dynamic. It's healing. It makes you think about everything happening, and you just key into what. Sometimes I listen to the music and I'm like, oh, you're talking to me in a way. Yeah, and it's in short, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Anyways, you've inspired me to do more, to want to write more, to want to make good music. I'm really grateful for that.
All right. But sorry.
Please, I want to ask you a question, please. I'm sorry. What's your inspiration?
You will ask. I just want to say, are you a musician?
Sorry?
Are you a musician, Temiolua?
Hello?
Yeah. Are you a musician?
Okay. I want to ask, what inspired you to write Orumuru?
Orumuru is a metaphor for if you haven't been there, you never know the amount of challenges people go through at any day. And I use the example of a king whom, from a distance, you would think has everything in order. You would think the king has everything on check.
Yeah.
You know, and then you find out in the song that his chiefs were making fun of him because the man he hasn't even had food to eat. You know, the man is hungry, and his queen has been feeding him. His olori has been feeding him, and the chiefs are whispering behind his back. And there's gossip talking about how the king is broke and stuff. And Orumuru, until you get there, you will never know what the leader has to contend with the leader. You know, and I think and it applies to many other things. If you're not married, you will never know what married people go through. If you don't have children, you never know what parents go through. So Yeah. Until you get there, until you do it too, you will never ever know. Irrespective of who you know and what it told you, you never know anything until you've done it. You know.
Okay. Well, thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Tolua. I was trying to find out, are you a musician? Because you said Brian has inspired you to write.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. All right, with all the best with your music. And then we're going to take a comment from Olowu Ayokunle, who's got his hand up. Go ahead, Olowu. Ayokunle Olowu, go ahead.
Ayokunle. Okay, yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Everybody can hear you, loud and clear.
Oh, awesome. Brymo, happy birthday to you, man. You've been a really, really good
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm still developing my craft. And the first question I have for you actually is this: when I listen to your sound, I discovered that before let's say someone listening to your song for the first time, before the person dives deep into the depth of the lyrics and you fall in love with the melody before you even get to know the song so much that you like the song so much without knowing the meaning. Then by the time you actually know the message behind the song, like the humor we just mentioned, then you get to love the song like 10 times much more. So I want to know like your thought process behind you creating the melodies, how very good they actually are. That's number one. Would there be an answer for that, or I have to?
No, he will answer it.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Yeah. So, the first thing I'll say is I started writing without any instrument. I just started writing. I just wanted to write songs. And over time, I sort of learned and perfected a method that gives respect to the melody and the lyrics at the same time. I try to help to see that the melody and the lyrics, they fit. If I have to bend the melody to fit the word, or if I have to bend the word to fit the melody. So much that when I eventually started picking up instruments and playing the guitar or the piano, I already knew what I needed to do, because there's a relationship, a very, very important relationship between the lyrics and the melody. And I think that's why everything comes out sounding the way it does. Because sometimes the lyrics must influence the melody, and sometimes the melody must influence the lyrics. One bends the other. And yes, I don't think there's any way I can explain it clearly to you, because it's a matter of practice. It's just something I've done for over a decade, going to 2 decades. And over time, it just gets better and better and better and better and better. So I think the real key here is practice, you know. And so over time, it just got as good as it is.
Okay, that's fantastic. Has anybody else got anything they want to ask?
I also want to ask about strippers and white lines.
Yeah.
What do you mean by cycle jet that wouldn't fly? And then the smart monkey face too.
I ain't telling you that, man.
Come on, man.
Not on Zoom. Anyway, listen to the lyrics properly. And we're gonna have strippers and white lines. Strippers, of course, and white lines. I'm certain you know what that means. And if you do, then you will know what happens when you numb on those lines. And spider jet don't fly. And I don't know how to say it to you. What was the other thing you asked again? Smart monkey. Smart monkey is simply talking about. It's actually very simple. A monkey in this case is a person. Just put a person in place of a monkey. A smart person never monkeys around with another smart person's banana.
Oh boy. Oh. Hello? Oh, the screen has frozen. Yeah. Hello, the screen seems to have frozen.
Oh my God.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
you're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes. So I'm just saying that simply, it has everything to do with the fact that
Oh, my too much, Mike.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, you're back on.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yeah, it was my mistake.
Did you hear everything I said initially?
No, you have to repeat it.
Yeah, I said this. The smart monkey has to do with if you put a person in front of the monkey. The smart person does not messing around with another person's banana. Literally, live and let live. You know, let other people be and do your own thing and don't disturb other people's peace. I think that's the word about that.
Okay. Then
Thanks,
also,
Ọláwálé, thank you for your comment. I want to take one from Ayokule. Thanks very much for that. Ayokule,
right.
I think you asked one question, but you can ask again.
Hello?
Ayokule, go ahead.
Yes. All right. So
you're going to make this one quite brief, please, because you've asked already.
All right, very good. In Black Man and Black Woman, you mentioned about how the society enforces the rules, but the woman creates the rule. But in our present-day societies, we have women fighting for rights which they felt men imposed on them. So can you clarify that line? Hello?
Yeah. Brymo, can you answer? Brymo. I don't know where Brymo is. Hello, Brymo. Is Brymo there? Oops, Brymo doesn't seem to be there. Brymo. Well, I don't know, we seem to have lost Brymo.
Wow.
Is Brymo there? Brymo. Brymo's not there. Maybe he's had a,
he's not here.
Okay, whilst we're waiting for him to reconnect, I hope he can reconnect, so at least we can say bye-bye properly. What do people think so far? A lot of people have not spoken. It's been quite concentrated. Would anybody like to say anything that hasn't said anything so far? Anybody fresh? No? Okay, we have a lot of listeners. Well, I think...
Hi.
Hi. Okay. This is
Hi, my name is yes. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'd like to say that it's really been nice and it's been amazing hearing from Brymo. You know, it's a different thing when a person sings well, and it's also nice when a person speaks well, and you can actually associate the song, the person, and the personality all together. We don't get to see that a lot, but I can see that with Brymo. So you know that the songs are from him, they're from his soul, and I can relate everything together. Hearing him speak, and you know, it's been really nice for me. I'm happy I joined the call. It has, you know, filled some blank spaces I have about him.
Thanks.
And I would just like to say that to the organizers, I think it was a good one for you guys, and I appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you.
No problem. Yeah. We thank you too. We thank you too for taking the time to tune in and for bearing with us for the late start. Brymo is back now. Brymo is back. Brymo, we were just saying, but people were just appreciating your frankness and your comments that you made. We have, who else? Ayokule, I think you made a comment. Malik, I think you made a comment as well before. I would just like to give
there was a question left unanswered.
Okay, Brymo, do you remember the question you were asked?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, okay. Ayokule, go ahead and make your final question or comment.
All right. In the song "Black Man, Black Woman," you mentioned the fact that the society enforces the rules, but the woman creates the rules.
No, I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
so now, and today we have females, feminists in quotes now, making fighting for rights that the patriarchy, in basically talking about the male population, enforce certain expectations on them which they don't want.
Yeah.
So now, but you said that the society is the enforcer
Yeah.
while the woman makes the rules, or is that in a different context?
No, it's not a different context. If they are protesting and they want rules to change, who is dictating the rule then? Them or you? It is the person protesting that makes you change the rules. And makes you change the rules. You think you're in charge, but the protest makes you change the rules every single time. And you never see men protest for those rules to change. In fact, what I meant to say was the underdog dictates the rule. Because it's the underdog that makes you change the rules every single time. It's the underdog that is discontent, that's not satisfied, and then they protest, and then you are forced to adjust the rules. And what the leadership is best at doing is adjusting to the times. And so the leadership adjusts to the times and gets the best of the period. And then the underdogs complain again, and then the rules are adjusted again. And that's how it's always been from time immemorial. The female population, they've gained on the male population. Very soon, she probably has to keep her own name. Why you keep your name? We are gonna get there. Very soon, a lot is changing every generation. It's like a rollback. It's like women give us everything, and then they're taking it back piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. And now, you cannot force a woman to have more children than she wants. You cannot force her to have more sex than she wants. But she can still argue that you are the head of the family and you must provide for the family. You know? So it will then take time, because leadership, like I said before, always finds a way to get the best of the time. So the men will find a way to come around, and eventually women will have to get more jobs, women will have to get more education, so that they can also play a part in the contribution, so that they can be balanced. But in the first instance, it's the underdog who calls for the enactment of new laws, you know, and the abolishing of old ones. So yes, it is the woman who dictates the rules, and all we are left to do for me, especially in this particular instance, and like I said before, underdog. So it could be another man in the shoes of the woman. It could be. But in the song, it has to do with black man, black woman. It has to do with that particular specific relationship.
Yeah.
So yes, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really good. Thanks a lot for that. I'd like to bring Nautik Bello. He has a question to ask. I don't know if it's a he. So he has a question to ask you.
Yes.
Go on.
All right. So from the beginning, you. Hello.
Yeah, everybody can hear you.
Yeah, Nautik, I can hear you, Nautik.
All right. From the beginning, you hardly name your songs by an individual's name, but we have seen that in Osho. It started with Osho, Olanrewaju. Then in Yellow, we have three of them: Ozymandias, Gambu, the one that talked about Muhammadu Gambu, and Adedotun. Is it like we are going to start seeing more of these kind of songs, and particularly songs that praise-sing people, individuals, for example, as it also correlates with your claim that you'll be going live soon. You know, that's matching with how live music is done in Nigeria. People call out individuals, you either sing their praises or you criticize them. Is this the new direction we should be expecting your music to throw?
Natik, nice to hear from you, man. Initially,
It's a pleasure too.
Initially, I would not like to name people in my songs, but what changed is that it is a culture, the trend has been on for decades, and it still works. So I was forced to rethink and then apply myself differently, like I always do, but to also conform in a way to what popular culture is. So if my people enjoy music where people are named and people are praised or criticized, then there must be something about it that my people love. Then I must tune into that. And so I tuned into that and I started doing it. And the main reason I have done it with Osho and Yellow is to show clearly to people how you can actually name people on the songs without necessarily naming them. How the song can transcend beyond the person that you are making it for. How it doesn't have to be verbatim. You buy me moto, you feed me yesterday, thank you, God bless you, my Oga, my chairman, my millionaire, it doesn't have to be direct like that. So that the song can outlive the person you're praising. And so I wanted to delve in to share my opinion on how to write this kind of songs. And that's why I've done it with Osho and Yellow. And thank you for bringing it to my attention because I will no longer do it anymore from now on.
No, it doesn't matter. I actually enjoyed listening to Gambu. Gambu did a good documentation of Mohamed Gambu, and it forced me to actually look at an actual journal that was in my library for a while now that wrote specifically about him and how he used criminogenics in his music. So it's a pretty nice one, and let's keep seeing some of that too. It would be nice. And blasphemy too. I'm looking forward to that. Let's all this take over and let's get it started.
Thank you, Natik. I just want to say that. Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to say that I understand that you enjoy the name calling, but the reason I won't repeat it anymore is because it has now been noticed as a pattern, and so it might affect the performance of my next project. So I need to.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Brymo. Thanks for that, Brymo. Okay, I'm going to take a comment from Goke, who I believe is Goke Oshibodu. Go ahead, please, Goke. Oh, no, Goke.
Yeah.
Great.
Brymo.
Yes, sir.
Well, I haven't listened to your music, but from what everybody is saying, it's something to look forward to.
Yes, it's the best on the continent.
I don't know if I can challenge you. I'm worried about the campaign for people to practice social distancing. It's not reaching the grassroots. Is there anything you can do to help with that?
Well, that comes back to the topic of this whole Zoom teleconference. It's about music in conflict situations and how we can use it. So, okay, in a way, you're asking the core question. So it's back to you, Brymo.
He's muted.
How come?
Muted him.
He's talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, it's a very tough question to answer because people are trying to survive, and these restrictions require that they stay home and not go out to work. When the whole lockdown thing started on the global scale, some countries were giving their people free power, free this, free that, incentives to make it possible for people to stay home. A lot of Nigerians complain that they are not getting anything. Nothing is made possible for them to be able to sit at home and not do anything, and they are going to starve and they're not going to eat. There's need for that. And it's a very tough situation. I have been home. Maybe it's impossible for me because I get to depend on my streams when I cannot go to perform. Maybe I get to depend on my streams when I cannot go out there and take pictures and do endorsement deals. At least I think get streams coming in every week, every month. And so maybe that's why it's possible. Maybe for people who can make ends meet, maybe they just need to find a way out. Maybe it's just our way as the people stubborn and we just can't listen, and everybody just saying, you know, I don't know what it is about. I don't know what the problem really is. For me to be able to solve the problem, I must be able to get to the bottom of the situation. I don't know why people have refused to protect their lives and stay indoors. I don't know. And so I don't even know where to start from. I don't know if I make a song about it, will it still get to the grassroots? If I decide to get out there, wear my mask and take transport and get clearance papers and visit every village, including mine, and tell them to stay at home, will it work? Maybe that will work. Maybe we should mobilize and wear our masks and get on the water and go to my island village and tell everybody and go to Okokomaiko and go to Jangbadi and tell people to stay home. Maybe that will work. I don't know. But I naturally feel like because there's threats to life involved here, people will naturally look after themselves and take care of themselves, you know? So I would never know. If I knew something that could be done, believe me, I'll be doing it right now to fix this problem in just one fell swoop.
Brymo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
Brymo. What I'm asking is, I mean, if we all understand the implication of social distancing, then we can go out. If we really, really practice it, we can go out. So it's to drive that message across to the grassroots that, okay, the restrictions have been lifted, but practice social distancing.
Yes.
Because once that message can get across, then we'll be better for it.
Safer for it. Yes, that's true.
So
thank you.
I'm asking again, can you create something to help drive that message home?
Yes, I could. Definitely could.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I think we have more or less exhausted Brymo, and I can't see any more hands up, and I'm conscious of the fact that you've got your family there with you. So on behalf of everybody, I'd like to say Brymo, the musician, poet, father, partner, activist, and above all, a conscious man.
Philosopher.
Thank you so much, Brymo, for
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Incredible conference. So without much ado, I will unmute everybody and
how's your health? Okay, you know what? Please help me hold on.
All right,
Brymo, thank you, man. Love you, and we look forward to you.
What's your Twitter handle?
Hey, Brymo. Yeah.
All right.
Bye. And
bye.
Look forward to collaborate with
Lagos
other
Twitter
alternative
handle.
artists
Okay,
like
hello?
Asha, Adekunle, Simi, and the like.